Hi, this is Anupriya Dobal from Resurgent India. For the past couple of weeks, we have been exploring the progress and future of manufacturing in the country. This week, let's examine India's sustainable city landscape and its finances. Over 31.2% of people reside in urban areas in India. 53 cities in India boast populations exceeding 1 million. However, many cities in India still face a tough battle with limited financial resources, which makes development a real challenge. Property taxes are their main source of income, but because raising rates is a sensitive issue, the revenue just is not enough. These financial struggles also highlight the difficulties India's smart city mission has in getting the funding it needs and in drawing in private sectors. The Smart City Mission kicked off in 2015 to create cities that boast solid infrastructure, a great quality life, a sustainable environment, and smart solutions to boost economic growth and improve people's lives. The mission is more like a pilot program using learn, scale method to see how different projects work out in various cities, with a strong focus on technology and information and communication technologies. It encourages collaboration among multiple stakeholders, which helps boost transparency and accountability. The SCM, however, lacks a concrete definition of a smart city, leading to varied interpretations. The Indian context of a smart city remains undefined, unlike in other countries. Experts have emphasized the need for India to define smart cities in its own context, potentially focusing on specialized economic zones and cities with particular specialities. The SCM focuses on two key areas: area-based development, which includes city renewal and expansion projects, and pan-city solutions using information and communication technologies. The National Smart City Mission has finished 7,188 projects, covering 90% of total, with 1,44,237 crores spent. The remaining 830 projects, worth 19,926 crores, are almost complete. The mission's original deadline of 2019 to 2023 has been extended to March 2025. Recent reports suggest that making Indian cities truly livable will need a capital expenditure of $1.2 trillion by 2030. In this light, the sum spent is less than $20 billion over 9 years, barely scratching the surface. The scheme has not captured the realities of urban India, where urbanization is dynamic, unlike the static nature seen in the West. Moreover, the SCM has often turned into an exclusionary program, focusing on less than 1% of a city's area of development. Take Chandigarh, for example. It got 196 crores in the first tranche and spent it all on smart water meters, a Wi-Fi zone, and a solid waste management, all in one area, Sector 43. Currently, private sources contribute only 5% of the financing needed for infrastructure in Indian cities, and only 6% of projects under the Smart City Mission have funded through public-private partnerships, with 50 cities failing to secure any PPP funding. The contribution of property tax to India's GDP also remains very low at just 0.15%. Additionally, only 15% of Indian cities have the authority to borrow without state government approval. The limited private sector involvement and low property tax contribution indicate that cities are not fully capitalizing on their economic potential. Traditionally, funding mechanisms often fall short in meeting the extensive capital needs for urban infrastructure. Green financing presents promising alternatives to bridge this funding gap, especially targeting sustainable urban projects. Cities like Toronto, Cape Town, and San Francisco are leading the way in using green bonds to finance their climate goals. Toronto's Green Debenture Program Fund projects such as renewable energy, energy efficiency, and green buildings, aiming for net zero emissions by 2040. India's bond market has matured significantly over the years. Notably, over 60% of the municipal bonds issued have been directed towards water, sanitation, and hygiene WASH projects. However, public issuances by government agencies remain a small portion, accounting for less than 5% of total bond issuances in the country. Despite being considered a novel external financing source, municipal bonds have seen limited uptake by urban local bodies in the Indian context. These financial instruments, issued by municipal corporations and related entities, are designed to fund public projects such as water supply systems, road networks, parks, and schools. Currently, central and state governments provide over 75% of cities' infrastructure funding, with urban local bodies contributing just 15% of their own surplus revenues. Municipalities have traditionally relied on funding from capital receipts, government-backed grants, and loans from multilateral agencies. Municipal bonds comprised less than 1/10 of the total commercial debt raised by city governments from 2011 to 2018 in India. Over the last 4 years, among the 28 municipal corporations that secured investment-grade credit ratings, only 5 issued municipal bonds. The increasing use of municipal bonds could decentralize financial autonomy, empowering cities to tailor infrastructure projects to their unique needs, fostering a bottom-up approach to city planning that is more responsive to the specific challenges and opportunities within each municipality. Much like municipal bonds, tools like land value capture could be key to addressing India's urban development challenges. The basic idea behind land value capture, or LVC, is that public projects such as the construction of new roads or public transit systems enhance access and desirability in a particular area, thereby increasing the value of the surrounding land. This rise in value often results in a windfall for private landowners, even though it was public investment that created it. Hyderabad effectively leverages LVC through mechanisms like special development charges to boost funding for projects near its outer ring road. Additionally, the city employs development deferment charges as another funding strategy. Let's now look at what's crucial for creating eco-friendly urban infrastructure. In India, revenue autonomy ratios for city governments dropped from 51% in 2010-11 to 43% in 17-18, highlighting an increasing reliance on higher government levels for revenue. The restricted autonomy takes a toll on municipal councils and Nagar Panchayats and needs to be re-examined. Moreover, while cities' financial statements guided by the National Municipal Accounting Manual offer an overview of their revenue and grants, they lack critical matrices like EBITDA, interest coverage, and debt service coverage ratio. This omission creates a gap in evaluating urban local bodies' ability to service their debt. Furthermore, government grants need to be linked to the growth of property tax as advised by the 15th Finance Commission. Aligning government grants with property tax growth will not only incentivize municipalities to improve tax collection mechanisms and broaden their tax base, but also force them to confront inefficiencies, ultimately leading to more sustainable and autonomous urban financial management. Thanks for watching.